Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back to No Maestro Game Production. And if you can't tell from the car behind me, we are here in Copenhagen, yeah? So, without further ado, let's just turn around. And we are, in fact, here at the stadium. So, we shall head a little bit further towards the pitch, so you can have a little better look. As you can see here, we have the entrance tunnel just tucked away to the side. And apparently we need to keep off the pitch, I'm assuming, by that sign. So we can take a little walk along this edge of the pitch, have a nice look up into the Cuff bar stand, where there appears to be a couple of people just relaxing inside the stadium. But we shall head over here, where we have the dugouts. So that is nice. Have a little walk over here. See what the rest of the ground looks like from different perspectives, because of course we're not going to be here very often, so we may as well have a little bit of a look. So nice little stroll around the pitch. There is the fauna stand. Here is the perspective from the fauna stand. I'm liking this Orestudbron side, however you're supposed to pronounce that. But yes, I'm loving this super best little bit where it's all glazed. I'm assuming that's where they've got the restaurant and stuff within the stadium. So I shall head back around here and we shall head into the game. So I will see you fine folks in the game in just a second. Okay, ladies and gents, so before we get on with today's games, we do have to catch up on the fixtures from between episodes. So I will quickly run through them and we will head down and see what our players can do here in Denmark. So first of all, we played against Birmingham and that went rather well. Nice 4-1 home victory. As you can see, Musa, Gaetano and Dragomir all got on the scoring. Now, Dragomir, his 2 goals were lovely. We shall actually have a little look at one of them if it will just allow us. So we shall head in and we shall go to the first one, because I believe the first one was the better one of the 2. Now, they was both very lovely goals from outside the area, but as you will see from this one, he put a little extra on this specific goal, smashing it into the top right-hand corner and putting the game to bed, getting us our nice 4-1 victory. We then played FC Copenhagen, yeah, who we of course are playing today. Now, I expect a little bit more of a fight out of them today. That was at home, of course. We are now away. Beat them a comfortable 3-0 victory. Pavlovic, Musa and David getting on the scoreboard. We then played Arsenal, and now this was a pretty back and forth game. So we got a nice early goal from Katic. I believe that was from a corner, whipped in, missed header by Pavlovic, I want to say, and Katic went and nodded it in himself. We then have Dilrosun, who equalised for them, and then Piatek went and stole the victory for Arsenal. And that leads into today's games. So without further ado, let's head on down to the pitch side and get on with this game. Okay, ladies and gents, it's finally kick-off time here in Copenhagen, and our team to play today's game is going to be Butland in goal. We have Selic on the left-hand side, Katic and Pavlovic in central defence, Lorenzo on the right-hand side, Dragomir and Palacios in central midfield, Musa on the left, Mora on the right, and Gaetano in central attacking mid. In front of them, of course, is David. Our bench consists of Pereira, Burke, Guimarães, Navarro, Pearson, Ageria, and of course I1 Yeet. And they're going for a very similar formation to us. They are sitting a little bit deeper, of course, with their central midfields, and I'm guessing he's a central midfielder too. Now I say that, so they're 2 central defensive mids and central midfielder. But without further ado, let's see what Carlos thinks. And Carlos thinks we should encourage the team. He thinks we should encourage the players, give them a bit of a morale boost. So we shall give them that morale boost. Assertively, we are going to tell them, the media, no, this is a great opportunity to show the critics wrong. Yes, show the critics wrong. We are much better than they expect of us. So, Georgia Pope has come all the way to Denmark with us. She is, of course, from BBC Radio Humberside. She's a devious young lady who we have a great respect for. So, your team selection has offered little by way of surprise today. Are you confident ahead of kickoff? Well, yes, we are, Georgia. My team picks itself. It's a very strong team, and we've got every chance of winning. Otherwise, I wouldn't have picked them. Now, as you can see, this stadium does look a little more open than the actual stadium. And I can't remember seeing the car park through the corner of the stadium, but that is apparently SI's depiction of this stadium. And they are in possession, and we are going for a balanced approach. Very much like we did in the previous game, I believe. I may be wrong, but I believe we went for a balanced approach when we played them at home. Mora, back post, header goes over, unfortunately. That is an unfortunate start. We are top in the group, though. We have that one victory, and it looks like Kiev did draw against Celtic in their previous game, and they're currently drawing in this one. So that is looking good for us. If they can draw both of those fixtures, we just need a victory over one of them so we can sneak through the group. So, we are heading towards half-time. Let's give a bit more of a demand more, and hopefully the lads will pick up on that and deliver. But it looks like they're going for a final attack in this half, with Stage trying to set the stage, but Mora dispossessed him. He plays it through to David. Nice play. He does have Mora in support still. Unfortunately goes alone there. I believe he should have probably tried to get that back across to Mora. But it is half-time here in Copenhagen, yeah? And it is 2 shots to them, 10 to us, 0 on target. We've had 5, 7 fouls to our 5, 0 yellow cards apiece, 53% possession to our 47. Their best player, of course, has been Stage, because this is his stage. 6.8 rating for him and a 96% passing completion ratio. Our best performer has been Pavlovic. He's got an 85% passing completion ratio and a 6.9. So clearly he's been doing other things Stage hasn't, because he has a worse passing completion ratio but a better rating. Struggling to perform is Chumasero. For them, he has 3 mistakes and a 6.5 as a result. For us is Musa. He has a 6.4 and no reason for it. Young Boys in Atlanta is currently 0-0. Valencia is 1-0 away to Basel. Not the brush. Bayer Leverkusen even, is 2-0 up against Zoya. Chelsea is 2-0 up against Lask. Dynamo is 0-0 against Rosenborg. Kiev is 0-0 against Celtic. And Michelin is 0-0 against Apol. Of course, you can't beat Apol. But Carlos thinks we should encourage the team, yet again. So assertively, how are our ratings? Not great, to be honest. I'm going to tell him I'm not happy. I don't care what he says. Pavlovic, you need to chill the hell out. Actually, you've got a 6.9. I'm going to tell you, you've been okay. I'm happy with your performance. There we go. That pecked him up. He doesn't want me grouping him in with the rest of the players, clearly. But I don't know why. So, we are heading further into the second half, and it's looking like a rather dull game. 65 minutes in, and we have not amounted to anything really. We are going to get a couple of substitutions on, and I should have probably waited to do the shout until they were on the pitch. But Mora is looking tired, so we shall bring on Iwun Yeet. Move David out to the wing. We then have... Now, Katic is looking rather tired. He's playing okay, but I want to rest him up because we do have some games coming up. And then Dragomir is having a rough one. Musa is having a rough one. So the question is, you know what? Navarro, you can come on for Dragomir, and hopefully you will be the key to us turning this draw around into a win. And it has taken effect. Very many of them are focused. Palacios remains calm through the storm. We are going to push up to a positive mentality. I feel like we've very much dominated this game and we need to make the most of it. Can we get a second demand? Show some passion, lads. That has fired them all up. But it doesn't seem to be doing the job because we have finished. It is 0-0 here in Copenhagen, yeah? They've got 6 shots, we've had 14. 2 on target, we've had 7. It's 12 fouls to our 9, 0 yellow cards apiece. 55% possession to our 45. Nelson was their best performer with a 7 rating and nothing for it. Palacios, 6 key passes and a 7.4. Struggling to perform was Chimacero for them, 6.4, no reason for it, and David for us, 6.3, and he had 0 overall chances. So that means player of the match, of course, goes to Palacios, our best performer. So Carlos thinks we shouldn't be too hard on the team. It was a tough result to take. And I think that's reasonable, you know. Unlucky boys, it just wasn't our day. We were the better team. Our team didn't really do anything particularly wrong, but we didn't pick up the victory. But as you can see, we have our Norwich game in 3 days, so I'll see you fine folks there in just a second. Okay, ladies and gents, we are finally here in Norwich, outside of Dirty Delia's, and we are going to head in, get a little bit of food, and then we shall head to the other side of the ground for the match. So without further ado, let's head right in. Okay, ladies and gents, it is almost kick-off time here at Carrow Road. We've enjoyed a bit of our Dirty Delias, and now it is time to get down and dirty with the Norwich team. And we have a pretty much unchanged lineup. In fact, it's completely unchanged. We have Butland in goal, Silic at left-back, Katic, Pavlovic and Lorenzo making up the defence. Dragomir and Palacios in central midfield, Musa on the left, Mora on the right, Gaetano in central attacking mid, and David up front. Our bench consists of Pereira, Beck, Guimarães, Navarro, Pearson, Aguirre, and I won. Yeet. And Norwich appears to also be going for a 4-2-3-1. But we don't care about Norwich, we care about Carlos's opinion. So let's go talk to him. Carlos thinks we should tell them to do it for the fans. Carlos has lost the plot once again. He doesn't seem to realise we are away from home. Now, we are, of course, going to do it for the travelling contingency, but still, the majority of the fans are home fans. So we're huge underdogs. Don't know how we're huge underdogs. Interesting. I'm expecting a win. I don't know about you, but I'm expecting a win. Our record against Norwich is 2 wins and 2 draws, 0 losses so far. So I expect to win in this game. Your team ranks considerably lower in the Premier League possession table, whilst Norwich are right up at the top. Are you prepared to suffer without the ball? Well, Kevin Lake, or Football 365, you devious fellow who we have a great respect for. We know what we do well, and we know what we're up against. I think we have a good chance. That seems reasonable. Hull are unbeaten in 4 matches against Norwich, as I was previously explaining. How much of an edge does this give you? I've made sure the players know, because they're players too. Yeah, that one. Why not? Musa has been pulling all the strings in midfield lately. How important will he be here today? We certainly hope he can keep that form going. De Paul comes into this match having provided some impressive midfield displays. We're going to have play close attention to him. Yeah, we've worked on some stuff in training. We've not. Don't tell him. But we've not really been working on anything specific to him. But we should be fine. Surely. Surely we'll be fine. He says, hoping. Of course, Butland is making his return to Carrow Road in today's game. And we have Luke Mora coming down this right-hand side. Can he get a nice cross into David? Or will it get cleared? Looks like it's going to be cleared by De Paul. Gets it to Katic. Katic up to Dragomir though. Dragomir, nice crossfield ball to Luca Mora. Lucas Mora is cutting inside. Nice ball. Gaetano gets his shot blocked. Emi and De Silva get it up to Quintero. Quintero now coming down the wing, plays it back to De Silva, and it's the end of the highlight. I feel I may be speaking a little bit more in today's game than the previous one, because as we know, the Copenhagen game didn't have a whole lot of highlights. But Quintero gets it back to Nego. Nego coming down this right-hand side for Norwich, cuts inside with... Shouldn't let him get by like... Oh, jeez. No, my. Well, that was a shambles. that was a shambles indeed. We're going to go positive and tell them to show a bit of passion, because we should not be conceding in that fashion. And I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. But compassion and fashion. We are yet to score and we are getting players frustrated. I don't know why they're frustrated. Did they not see how we conceded? I am rather frustrated myself in that goal that we conceded. Quintero holds the ball up. Nice one, Selleck. Lovely tackle. Gives it straight back to them though. I don't really see the point in making that tackle if you're then going to pass them it back on the halfway line. Quintero though to Nego. Nego comes down the wing. It's nice block and Musa has the ball. Nice ball up the wing by Musa. David on this left hand side. Can he cut inside or will he? Oh, he's got past one. He's got space and he's gone and had a terrible effort, I must say. But it is Norwich in possession now. Gives it back to Musa. Musa to Palacios to Dragomir. Dragomir gets out to Gaetano. Back to Palacios in the centre circle. Dragomir back to Palacios once more. Lucas Moura, nice cut inside. Will he cross the ball or go alone? He goes alone and it is not a good shot in the slightest. He should have gone for the pass. Butland, though, plays it out short to Katic. Katic tries to hoof the ball upfield. We do have it in position with Gaetano. Palacios, another one over the top, does not get to anyone though. And Norwich get possession back once more. We are being rather wasteful in our possession. We seem to win it back and then just pass it straight back to Norwich. And they are now coming up the middle. DePaul plays it to De Silva. De Silva holds on to it to DePaul. It's to Augustino. I'm not even going to attempt that one. His name is like an essay. It's very much like the messages I DM people. But DePaul runs straight through the middle and we're 2-0 down. I think I'm just going to enjoy my J2O. It's going to be the only enjoyable thing about today's episode, is my J2O. We did have a nice trip to Denmark, but we had that disappointing draw. And now we are currently 2-0 down to Norwich. And they've had 8 shots, we've had 9. 3 on target, we've had 4. 3 fouls to our 7. 2 yellow cards to our 1. 60% possession to our 40. And their best player has been DePaul. He's on 8.2 rating and 91 passing completion ratio. Jack Butland, who's conceded 2 goals, has saved 3 shots and has a 6.7. He's our best performer, apparently. Don't see how that one works. Their worst performer has been Buendia. He's got a 6.5 and no reason for it. Pavlovic for us with his 1 mistake that led to a goal and a 6.1 makes him our struggling performer. Tottenham's beating Huddersfield 1-0, Chelsea's 0-0 at home to Brighton, and West Ham is 2-0 away to Sheffield United. And Carlos thinks you should tell the boys, you know, I'm going to angrily tell them I expect to see better in the second half. That was terrible, lads. In fact, get attacking, because we can't be just going positive. We must start attacking at this stage when we are 2-0 down. But DePaul cuts inside, coming down the middle once more, plays it to De Silva. Quintero holds the ball up. Nego coming inside from this right-hand flank, whips one across, and it's a scrappy goal once more. We shouldn't be conceding those ones. We are playing awful. Absolutely terrible, lads. And I don't know how we are really going to fix this one. I guess... Who's struggling the most? I guess the only way to have any chance of really coming back into this is we go for a 4-3-3. But I'm not feeling very confident. That is for sure. So you two on. We'll bring on Pearson because he can play a little bit more defensive minded. You can go like that. We shall then bring... You know what? Don't be a deep line playmaker. You be a Mazzala on support. You swap to being a box-to-box on support. and hopefully that will give us some chance of getting back into this game. But I don't hold a lot of hope out. In fact, we're going very attacking. And we are going to tell them to show some passion. Because this is pathetic. Extremely pathetic, in fact. And, oh, I didn't get to see how far down the table we've slipped as a result of this current scoreline. But I would assume we've slipped quite a bit. And they are in possession once more. Norwich is looking very dangerous today. And we are looking rather useless. We're not doing anything when we have the ball. We're giving them a lot of space to work with. And Pearson is getting himself sent off. Thank you, Ben. Benjamin, I really appreciate that when we are struggling as it is. We've made 3 substitutions, and is this damage? Yeah, we're going to damage limitations at this point. I guess we're just going to go like that. You can stay as that. Inside forward attacking, and Musa back to an inside forward. And I guess that's what we're going with. Got to stick on very attacking to at least have an attempt of coming back. But we're going to drop a bit deeper because we can't sit with 2 midfielders and 3 strikers. That is rather preposterous. And this game has gone rather out the window, I must say. The positive, we are holding on and not conceding a 4th by the looks of it. Hopefully Musa can give us 1 back. No. No, he cannot. This has been a rough one. Dragomir whips one in, Roberts, and gets it away there. David picks the ball up, comes inside, gets it, and it's a corner. Doesn't amount to anything more than a corner. Dragomir whips one in, David can't get on the end of it, and we have Nico Lopez on the counter-attack. Maybe we are going to concede a 4th after all. He's bombing it down the wing, and it's a lovely tackle by Navarro. If only Pearson could tackle like that, and then he wouldn't have a suspension upcoming. Now the question is it going to be a long suspension? Because I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to why he got sent off. But Norwich wins this one 3-0, so they finally picked up a victory against us. So we are now 1-2-2 against Norwich. They had 23 shots, we had 16, 12 on target, we had 5, 4 fouls to our 16, 3 yellow cards to our 1, 59% possession to our 41. Their best performer was De Silva. He had an 8.5 rating and 93% passing completion ratio. Our best performer was not Jack Butland, but the game is going to tell us it is. He saved 10 shots and had a 6.9 rating as a result. Struggling to perform for them was Buenda with a 6.8 and no reason for it. And for us, of course, was Musa, 59% pass completion ratio and a 6.2. That means De Silva is our player of the match today. Carlos thinks we should tell the boys their performance was disappointing. In fact, I'm going to aggressively tell them that performance, yeah, get in training, lads. That was pathetic. So on that terrible note, we shall have a quick look at our upcoming fixture list. So a game against Dynamo Kiev in the Cup. We have Southampton, West Ham, Celtic. So what we'll do is we'll come back for West Ham and Celtic in the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hopefully not so much the results, but I hope you enjoyed the video nevertheless. I hope you've all had a great week so far. I hope your Saturday has been great, and I hope to see you either next Tuesday for the next Football Manager video, or tomorrow if you want to watch Sunday Surprise. But thank you all for watching, and have a great night. Goodbye.